Welcome everybody to the Red Stars' post-match press conference. We have Coach Petrucellli with us. Joe, we have a hybrid option, so it's you and one person in person. So if you don't mind, Joe, we're going to start with Taylor. Taylor, kick us off.
If you could just kind of start it off with thoughts on the match.
And they overwhelmed us early, and it just made a couple of mistakes on the ball that led to goals. 2 goals, offset pieces. Thought our reaction in the second half was good, and I thought we were better in the second half. Created a couple of chances and had the ball a little bit more, and weren't as sloppy with the ball in the second half. But yeah, they got on us early.
Then what was the talk at halftime, right? You go in already 3 down, you're in Providence Park, what was your message to the players?
Well, we looked at a couple of things tactically, and I thought it helped, especially in how we were defending. And the real message was like, don't worry about the score, like just try to score a goal at this point, and maybe if you can get one, the game starts to change and that kind of thing. That didn't happen, but I will say that we played in the second half without sort of being too concerned about what the score was. There wasn't like this fear of like, oh my God, we could give up 8 or something like that, right? It was, I thought the second half was pretty focused for our group. It's a young group, and this is a hard place to play, especially for a young group. And I think that showed some early.
I talked to Casey Kruger yesterday, and her message was basically that it wasn't gonna happen overnight, but that it was gonna be a small progression of steps towards getting the team kind of where you guys wanted to be. What do you think the step was today?
Yeah, again, I think second half you saw a bit of reaction. And I thought we had some players who had pretty good performances. Clearly not everybody, and not as a whole. I mean, you're gonna be 4-0, like everything's not great, right? But there were some steps for some players that and I think they're important players in our team. And we'll take the positives from that.
Thanks, Taylor. Joe, go ahead.
Thanks, Emmanuel. Hi, Chris. Thank you so much for the time, as always. Appreciate it. And Taylor, thanks for the questions. Really do appreciate it. With this lineup today that you went with in the first half, and then adjusting back with Tatum in the second half and moving Bianca further out wide so she could attack. I'm curious kind of what the thought process was there, especially given that it's something we've seen, and Bianca obviously created a couple chances that just missed by a few inches.
Well, clearly it didn't work, first of all. So I think we got to a point where we've lost a number of games, and it was almost, I hate to say this, but it was almost change for the sake of change.
Yep.
We didn't want to keep doing the same thing because what we were doing wasn't working, right? But you look back on it now and you say, well, this didn't work either, so maybe it wasn't the right choice.
And last question for me, an appearance today from Sammy Fisher. I'm curious kind of what you saw from her in her brief appearance, and kind of what role she can fill in this squad going forward.
Yeah, so Sammy's been doing well in training, and that was a little bit of a reward for her performance in training over the last couple of weeks. And we were looking for a goal at that point, and that's one thing she can do is she can score, and she can get herself really into. She'll play 15 minutes, like she can get herself really into a spot where you could see her goal scoring ability, but she does have that ability.
Well, thank you so much, Coach. Safe travels home.
Yeah,
Thanks, Joe. Yeah, sure. Go ahead.
I am writing a piece on Casey Kruger,
Okay.
for Equalizer. I was just wondering, if you could comment on kind of what she kind of brings to the back line and kind of her attitude and.
First class individual, just one of the top people that you'll run into, and a real pro. You know, she's very athletic. She's a really good player. She's always positive. And that's a little bit hard in our group right now, right? She's a fantastic player. She's played very, very well since she's come back, and she's gotten better and better. And you could make the argument that she's been our best player over the course of the season so far.
Yeah.
Sure.
Thank you, Taylor. Thanks, Joe. I will send a recording out shortly.